Look, when this fight was made, there was a lot of talk about how is it an interim title, but the #1 contender isn't in this fight. I mean, I don't expect you to have any sympathy for Arman Tsarukyan, but you know, were you surprised that you could make this interim title without him in it?
No, he's bored. Don't really know anyone who wants to see Arman Tsarukyan fight. I listed so many reasons why he hasn't got this title shot in an interview the other week. You know what I mean? Like, pulled out on a day's notice when he said he had a bad back, when he never. He just couldn't make weight to ruin the main event. He punched the fan walking out of the cage. Probably cost the UFC a lot more money. Nearly ruined another main event for the first fight in Qatar by headbutting Dan Hooker. Like, just don't be a little spoiled brat and you might end up getting in good graces. It's his own fault, lad. It's his own family's fault for letting him be a spoiled little baby his whole life, lad, because he's got money. You know what I mean? He thinks that he can just like pay his way out of anything. Well, nah, lad, you got told you've got to work your way back to the title. And beating Dan Hooker, who can't grapple to save his life, doesn't do that. You know what I mean? But it is funny because he's left out in the cold now because Charles is fighting Max and I'm fighting Justin. And like, the next person down the rankings is Dan Hooker, who he's just beat. You know what I mean? He's going to have to rematch Gamrot or something and try and beat Gamrot. Because for now, nobody gives a flying about Arman Tsarukyan.
Does it not confuse things, though? Because we've got this ranking system, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does it not confuse things? Well, I don't expect you to care about this, but for fans, people watching in, people trying to understand the sport, if we've got rankings, the #1 guy's not in the interim title, should we just scrap the rankings?
I don't know, that's up to everyone else. It's not up to me. I got told I'm fighting for the belt against Justin Gaethje and I said yeah. It's not my fault. Arman Tsarukyan's an absolute sausage.
It's not,
It's not my fault he can't control his emotions and start headbutting people at weigh-ins and pulling out the night before fights and hitting fans when he's walking out. That's not on me, that's on him. And he knows why he's not fighting for the belt. He needs to stop about it.
I feel like you, pretty early on, well maybe straight away actually, when you moved into the UFC, you worked out the things they like, the things they don't like, and you know where that line is and you never cross it.
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, you know what I mean? You don't want you to headbutt people at weigh-ins and ruin the event for the next day. You don't want you to punch fans when you're walking out. You don't want you to pull out of a fight, a main event, the first card of the year, pay-per-view, the night before, because you've got a bad back. When we all know he never had a bad back. He just his undies.
Did he?
Yeah.
That seems such a hard thing to get my head around. I think a lot of people would find it as well. Like, we know what you guys are made of.
And he was doing all stupid the day before, lad. Doing all mad rollovers and that. Like, there was nothing wrong with his back. He just didn't feel right or wasn't going to make weight. You know what I mean? He himself. Simple as, end of. And the UFC is not a place. So, you know, he's lucky he hasn't been cut. Never mind, he's not fighting.
Before even stepping into the ring against Justin for the interim title, Paddy Pimblett sat down and shared his thoughts. But this interview isn't just talk. There's a lot more beneath the surface. From his confidence to subtle warnings, every answer gives a glimpse of how he expects the fight to play out. Let's dive in and see what Paddy truly revealed ahead of the biggest challenge of his career.
That's where you think he is in his career, towards the end of it. Where do you think you are in your career at the moment? How do you feel? Because from the outside looking in, it really looks like you're hitting your stride. All that potential seems to be coming out.
I don't even think I've hit my prime yet, to be honest. I didn't mature till I was older. You know what I mean? I didn't have a growth spurt till I was about 23. So, yeah, I don't think I'm even in my prime yet. But
Paddy doesn't simply dismiss Justin. Instead, he shows admiration. Talks about Gaethje as a longtime UFC staple, a highlight reel, a fighter who's built his legacy through chaos, big bonuses, and brutal battles. But after establishing that respect, the tone shifts. Paddy frames this matchup as more than a test against a legend. He positions it as a passing of the torch moment, openly suggesting that stepping into the ring with him could mark the end of Justin's run. Praise wrapped in a warning, raising the stakes of this fight even higher.
Justin Gaethje, obviously we've seen his career for so many years. The man is a legend. I think 14 fights in the UFC. He did work before that as well. All his fights in the UFC, he's either taken a bonus or he's been fighting for a title. The guy He's a special fighter, right?
Yeah, he's unbelievable, absolute legend of the sport, legend of the lightweight division, and it's an honour to get in the cage with him and fight him. But I feel bad saying it because I've said it already. I think I'm gonna.
From there, Paddy fully leans into the idea that this fight could mark the end of Justin's journey. He notes that Gaethje has tied his future to title contention, and in Paddy's view, a loss here would close that door for good. Yet he's also candid about what makes Justin so dangerous: a crushing right hand and zero hesitation. Gaethje thrives in chaotic exchanges and lives for violent battles. Paddy doesn't shy away from that reality. In fact, he welcomes it, while framing this fight as the war he's been waiting for and one he's eager to step into.
Is that where you think he is in his career? You think he's...
Yeah, I think he could be on the verge, on the precipice of retiring. He said himself he was going to retire if he didn't get a title shot. So when I beat him, he's not going to get another title shot, is he? So
what do you think it is that makes him special? What does he do that's different from others? What does he do that's elite?
He's got an elite right hand. You know what I mean? The way he plants that on people's chin. But he's just an absolute banger lad. He comes out and wants to have an entertaining fight every single time. He doesn't shy away from a firefight, and he loves a war. And I've never had a war in all my years of fighting, so I'm looking forward to one.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, of course. Well,
When asked whether chasing a war with Gaethje is dangerous, Paddy doubles down on his mindset, insisting he's not blinded by reckless bravado. His confidence, he says, is calculated. Despite the jokes and assumptions that he might panic and wrestle early, Paddy makes it clear he plans to face Justin head-on. He frames it as a stylistic matchup: Gaethje as a heavy-handed boxer who mixes in leg kicks, versus himself as a true, all-around MMA striker. No single discipline, no shortcuts, just a statement performance that he believes will make people rethink who he really is once it unfolds.
You never had a war you want to start it by doing it with Justin Gaethje?
yeah,
Where's your head at, man?
it's firmly screwed on my shoulders, lad. But you know, people are laughing at me when I'm saying I'm going to stand with him, but I am. People think that I'm just going to shoot in the first 10 seconds. I'm not. I'm going to stand with him and I'm going to put it on him. And people are going to be like, wow, we weren't lying. Like, he's more of a boxer with leg kicks, and I'm an MMA striker. I don't do just boxing or Thai boxing or kickboxing or taekwondo or karate. I'm an MMA striker, and you'll see that when I fight him.
And when the interim belt comes up, Paddy doesn't downplay it. For a second, he treats it as real gold, real status, and a legitimate claim to the top of the division. With uncertainty lingering over the undisputed title, he frames this moment as a chance to take control, insisting that once he wins, the belt cements him as the man at lightweight, regardless of whether it's labeled interim or not.
So that's where you think he is in his career, towards the end of it. Where do you think you are in your career at the moment? How do you feel? Because from the outside looking in, it really looks like you're hitting your stride. All that potential seems to be coming out.
I don't even think I've hit my prime yet, to be honest. I didn't mature till I was older. You know what I mean? I didn't have a growth spurt till I was about 23. So yeah, I don't think I'm even in my prime yet, but it's coming.
On the other hand, when Ilia is mentioned, Paddy's tone softens noticeably. He admits there's no clear update and acknowledges that some things in life are bigger than fighting. While the personal rivalry hasn't disappeared, it's now tempered with respect for Ilia's accomplishments in the cage and for prioritizing family and life outside the octagon.
Look, the interim belt is on the line. I'm sure you would have preferred to be fighting for the full title, but what does the interim belt mean to you?
I'm still a world champion. I mean, still the UFC world champion when I win it. And don't know what's happening with Ilia. You never know. He might end up vacating. It could end up being like Tom Aspinall and getting promoted to being undisputed champion anyway. But for now, while he's out the cage, I am the UFC.
After sharing his thoughts on Ilia, Paddy shifts, his focus entirely back to the present fight. Any emotions about who he expected next fade the moment the belt is on the line. For him, it's all about making history as Liverpool's first champion. While he still respects that Ilia has bigger priorities, Paddy is locked in on Gaethje, determined to claim the interim title and prove himself on the biggest stage.
Have you been given any indication about what is happening with Ilia, what that could mean?
No, we
for
do.
you?
As he's got things going on, lad, and they're bigger than fighting, so we need to get that stuff sorted before he gets back in the cage. I completely understand that.
I feel like your relationship, you two, it's mellowed recently. You can tell there's a lot of respect there, or maybe it wasn't so much before.
Yeah, I still don't like it, you know what I mean? But I've got respect for him. He's done more than I thought he was going to do in the sport. But then, as I say, I'm a family man as well, so I respect the fact that he's trying to get that sorted before he fights again, and that's one of them. He needs to get that sorted, and I wish him nothing but the...
Shifting from his focus on Gaethje and the belt, Paddy turns to the interim title picture and doesn't hold back. He calls out Arman Tsarukyan, pointing to a series of poor choices, missed opportunities, spoiled behavior that, in Paddy's view, have kept him out of contention.
Look, when this fight got made, you were probably thinking Ilia Topuria was coming down the line for you. So when this got confirmed, how did you feel? What were the emotions?
I'm fighting for the belt, lad. That's all that matters. That's the only emotion. I'm just looking forward to being the first champ from Liverpool. And obviously I wanted to fight Ilia for the undisputed title, but he's got bigger things going on, so leave him to that. Hopefully he gets all that sorted. And I'm going to beat Gaethje and win the interim title.
Charles set to fight Max and Paddy facing Gaethje. Tsarukyan is left on the sidelines, where now Paddy says nobody's paying attention to him, and climbing back won't be easy.